I just want to say that it is January 2nd and I'm sitting here in a tank top with the window wide open and a fan on because it is 60 degrees outside. It is hot as hell. I am burning up. What is going on? Hey beautiful people, what is up and welcome back to my channel and happy new year. Happy 2022. We made it. Don't know what it's gonna be, but we're here and we're gonna enjoy it and we're gonna be blessed. If this is your first time joining me, hi, welcome. I'm Jamila. I love all things beauty. I love all things makeup and I love all things skincare. And I especially love sharing my tips and tricks for how to find high-end and luxury beauty products at bargain prices. Yes, we do. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, I would absolutely love if you would consider subscribing and joining the family. Okay, we have a very exciting video today because new year, new brand. I am very excited because I get to try out not only just a new brand, but also a new technique for me. I was super surprised when Merit Beauty reached out to me and offered to send me a few of their products to try. And I was also like very pleasantly surprised when I went to do a little bit more research on the brand and find out that they are centered around minimalist beauty. I wouldn't necessarily describe myself as someone who does minimalist beauty. I'm definitely not a full glam person. You guys already know. I don't like full coverage foundation. I don't contour. I don't wear lashes. I don't do a lot of the extra stuff. I feel like I'm very medium beauty-ish. But I've always really wanted to try something that's a little bit more minimalistic for those days when I just want to run errands and I have to be out for like a couple of hours and I'm running to a couple of stores and I want to look a little bit put together. I don't want to have a full face of makeup, but I want to look put together. So the fact that this brand is centered around minimalist beauty definitely got me interested. So I was able to pick out 6 products to try and I have all of them here. So everything came really nicely packaged in this black velvet bag, which I thought was super cute, very sustainable, and it's a really adorable reusable bag. So I have all of the products in here to try. And in addition to these products being on the brand being sort of a minimalist brand, they are also clean beauty and they are vegan and cruelty free. So all of the great qualities that we all look for in brands, everything is here. Now, this is not necessarily going to be a first impressions video. I did try these products yesterday, so this is like a second impressions. I'm going to call it an informed first impressions because this is going to be my second time trying the products. So even though it isn't sort of raw off the cuff first impressions, I don't think that I have enough of an opinion formed for this to be a full review. This is going to be an informed first impressions. That's what we're going to go with. And lastly, before we dive into today's video, the folks at Merit were also very kind enough to give me an affiliate code. This brand is also available at Sephora, so if you want to shop at Sephora and get your points there, do that as well. But if you do plan to shop directly from the brand, that code will be either on the screen or linked down below. But yeah, let's dive into today's look. I actually did create this really beautiful, very soft, everyday look using the products here and a couple of some others. So let's dive in. Okay, so let's get started on today's minimalist beauty look. Right, let's get started on today's minimalist beauty look. So I have all the products here ready to go. My face is completely void of anything other than my skincare products. So let's just dive in. As always, I'm gonna prime my face. I'm gonna go in with the Bobbi Brown, what is this called? It's the face base primer. So I'm gonna use that first to just prime my face. Now, the way in which I apply my makeup in this is gonna be slightly different because I typically like to go in, do my eyebrows first, and then do some eyeshadow. But like I said, this is a very minimalist look, so it's gonna be quick and easy. I'm hoping this could be like 15 minutes, but we'll see. This is a very, very hydrating primer. I will say that I've used it a couple times now, and I like that it's super hydrating. I don't feel like it does a lot to blur the pores or anything like that, but slightly. You get a slight blur, but nothing to write home about. And this is so expensive. I don't think that I would repurchase that at its actual price. All right, face is primed. Now, before we go in with any real products, I do want to try to cover up this pimple that I have on my face here. I'm just gonna go in with some basic concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chai. It's a pretty deep shade. I guess people would typically use like an orange concealer to, you know, cover up darkness, but I don't have one of those, so this is what I'm using. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this brush and just kind of buff that into the skin to try to conceal this. It's actually doing a really decent job. Okay. Now, like you guys saw from the intro, this is going to be an informed first impressions. I did use these products yesterday, so this is going to be my second time trying it. So it's not like off the jump, but I am still forming my opinion on these products. Now, like I said, I do like to do my eyebrows first. I'm going to try to do that. Typically, I like to go with an eye pencil and then shape everything out and carve things out. But we're just going to go in with the brow pomade. So this is the Merit Volumizing Brow Pomade. It says that it's a tinted gel designed to give you your most face-framing brows yet, shaping, grooming, and adding hold for a fuller, more natural look. So it's basically just a brow mascara. Here is the wand. And this is in the shade Black Brown. Now, I used to do this. I haven't done this in a while, where whenever I want a quick look, I would just go in with a brow mascara and run it through my brows, because my brows are already pretty much shaped the way that I want them to be. And this just gives it a little bit more volume, a little bit more thickness, fullness. So for a quick look, this is what I would do. Now, I will say that I don't feel like this is adding a lot of volume or a lot of coverage. Like, here's this eye, here's this brow. You can see that there's product in there, but I'm not sold on this as a standalone product. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in my brow with my Ulta Slim Brow Pencil. So I'm gonna use that to fill in this brow, and then I'm gonna put the gel over it. Now, this should add hold as well, and give it a little bit of color. And when I tried this product yesterday, I also realized that this Tinted Brow Gel has a very light, I shouldn't say light tint to it, but it doesn't give the most amount of coverage, I should say. So it doesn't add a lot of coverage to the brows. So if you do like thicker, fuller brows, I feel like as a standalone product, this wasn't it for me. But I do think that this is one of those that would pair really nicely after you've kind of filled in your brows with a pencil. Because sometimes the brow gels that I have, because they are so rich and so pigmented, that when you put them on top of brow pencil, now your brows are too dark. But I do like that this is a little bit lighter, so that when I do fill in my brows with a pencil and I add the brow product on top of it, it doesn't add more depth or more darkness to it, so I don't look crazy. So here's the brow with the pencil filled in. I'm gonna go in with the brow gel on top of that. Now this I like. This is very nice. Let me come in a little bit closer so you can see. This is with the pencil and the brow gel on top of it. This is just the brow gel. Okay. Let me add a little bit of pencil to this side to even things out a bit. Okay, now I do like to clean up and carve out my brows, and I know this is supposed to be a quick look, but I can't help myself. So I am just gonna take a little bit of my e.l.f. concealer. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and use that to clean up the bottom of my brows. I swear brows are like the single reason why I kind of do a 5-minute look, because it takes me like 10 minutes just to do my brows. Now I am gonna pop a little bit of this same concealer on my eyelids just to prime them, and honestly even on the color as well. I initially wasn't gonna do eyeshadow for this look because I feel like sometimes when you're going for a minimalist look, you might want to skip shadow completely, but then I thought, what about a one and done shadow? Like, I feel like we say a lot of the time that, oh, this is just a shadow that you can pop on the lid and use on its own. It's a one and done shadow. But do we ever actually do one and done shadow looks? Very rarely, at least for me. So I decided that I actually wanted to do a one and done shadow look today. Now, when it comes to minimalist looks or using very little products, I feel like you have to be creative with all the products that you're using. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this bronzer, it's the Glowish bronzer, and I am actually going to use that as eyeshadow and pop that into sort of the outer V part of the eye to give it a little bit of depth. I will actually use this as a bronzer as well, but I'm using it in double duty form here, and I'm doing ever so little because this isn't a bold look that we're going for. This is the look that you want to wear to Target, you want to take to the grocery store. Actually, maybe not the grocery store. I feel like I don't wear makeup to the grocery store, but if I'm going to Target or I'm going to run a couple of errands and I'm visiting a couple of stores, you know, you want to pop something light on. And then for the lid shade, I'm going to take this MAC foiled shadow. This is in Saint Tropez. Absolutely beautiful shade. And I'm just going to take my finger and then just stamp that into the eyelid, all over the lid. And this I truly think is a one and done shadow. Like, you don't need to have any mattes with this. You can just pop this all over the lid and go. But I do like having a little bit of matte in there. So I'm taking the brush that I used to add the bronzer and just blending that shimmer all over the lid. Okay, now that the eyes are done, because that's it, very simple, nothing fancy, let's go into the face. So for foundation, I'm gonna use the Fenty Ease Drop. I'm using this because it's a skin tint, and skin tints, I believe, are the exact same thing as like tinted moisturizers. So they're meant to be super lightweight, they're not meant to be heavy. So it's one of those things that you can put on your face and it still looks like skin. It still looks like you're wearing nothing. It just adds very light layer of coverage, so that can help even out your skin tone if you need to. I'm just gonna spray my brush. And then I'm using a brush to blend this in. I don't know why, but this looks really dark and really orange on camera, but I promise you it looks really good blended out on my face. And the reason why I like, you know, applying a very thin layer of coverage is that, as you can see, I have like very, very light under eyes. Like, there's no pigmentation there. So I do like to even out my skin in the areas that are darker versus lighter. So like the outer perimeter of my face is darker, and then under my eyes is just really awkwardly light. And this gives me a very, very light layer of coverage without looking like I'm wearing foundation. Both in the sense that it is a very light base product and it has a very natural finish. So I wouldn't say it's too matte or too dewy. Next, I'm going to go in with the product from Merit that I was most excited about, which is their Complexion Perfecting Stick. Now, this is described as almost doing dual function, so it can operate both as a foundation as well as a concealer. I picked it up in the shade Brute because I do intend to use this as a concealer. This does retail for $38, and it has a very creamy texture, but it blends out like a dream. I will say that. Now, in terms of using this as a foundation, I don't think I would necessarily recommend using this as a foundation because you only get 0.13 ounces of product. Now, typical foundations, you get a full ounce, which means that if you decide to use this as a foundation, you will probably run through this very quickly. Now, the texture is really nice, so if you did decide to use it as a foundation, I think it would actually work really well. But just given the price of this product and the amount of product that you actually get, I would say probably stick to using this as a concealer. I mean, although if you aren't using a ton of product, it will last a little bit longer, but I still say I would prefer to use this as a concealer. So I'm just gonna take the Complexion stick and apply that where I would typically apply concealer. Now I'm not gonna go in very heavy-handed with this because this look is not intended to be like I'm wearing makeup. It's kind of like a no makeup look. So going in all the areas that I would typically highlight or conceal. To blend this out, I'm gonna go in with another Merit product, and this is their #1 blending brush. It is a synthetic brush, and it says that it should be good for all formulas, but I think it's really intended to be used with cream formulas. It's very soft, very dense too, so I think it would do a really great job at blending out cream products. I feel like this would actually be really great to blend out like a cream bronzer, because it is a little big, I think, for the under eyes, but we're gonna use this to blend out the concealer. So yeah, let's just start blending. I love how easily this Complexion stick blends, like, and this brush is really soft and nice. Now it is slightly tapered, so it does actually get really nicely into those little crevices under the eyes. That blended so nicely. I love how my under eyes look. Like, it's very natural. It doesn't look overly bright. It looks very much like skin. Okay, looks like we have a winner. Okay, because it is a cream product, I'm still gonna go ahead and set it. So I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath under eye setting powder, or under eye blurring powder. This is in the shade yellow. And I'm just going to gently tap that everywhere I had that Complexion stick. So just gently tap that. Then I'm gonna take my Dior Backstage face powder, and I'm going to set my entire face. This is definitely a step you can skip, because I feel like all of the products here dry down really nice. But if you are more oily, or if you tend to lean more oily, you might want to just go ahead and set it just in case. Okay, like I said, the bronzer will be coming back, so I'm gonna go back into the glowish bronzer and bronze the perimeters of my face. I don't like to skip bronzer ever, even if I'm going for something that's not too dramatic, because I do think that once you go in with Complexion products, you can take away the dimension from your face, and you need to add some of that back. So I'm just very, very lightly going in with some bronzer to add some of that dimension back into the face. I am gonna skip blush though, because I don't think blush is necessary. So the next product that I'm gonna try from Merit is their Clean Lash Lengthening Mascara. Very beautiful, very sleek packaging. This is the wand, very nice. It doesn't have that hourglass wand that you would find from like the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This mascara retails for $26. You guys already know I have a hard time spending over $10 for mascara, because I feel like you can get really great mascaras at the drugstore And of the many luxury mascaras that I've tried, I've never found one that has done anything earth-shattering or groundbreaking to my lashes. I feel like the product on this wand is struggling to grip to my lashes and stay on. So I have to keep going over and over and over again to get the product onto my lashes. When it finally does get on there though, it does lengthen. Okay, so let me come in so you guys can see this eye that has the mascara and this eye that does not. So you can see this one has mascara, this one does not have mascara. There's definitely a little bit of lengthening in the lashes, but it's not dramatic, which I guess is perfect for the minimalist look. If you want more dramatic lashes, this is not going to give you that, because I have been building this up for forever, and that was as far as it got. Okay, 2 products left. Next, we're going to go in with the highlighting balm. I will say the packaging is super duper cute. Now, I was not sure what to do with a highlighting balm, and this is in the shade Cava. So it is on the oily side, very, very oily, very emollient. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on my finger and then just tap that into the high points of my face. Now, I tried this yesterday and I did not love this product because it stays sticky. It does not dry down, and I found that it does actually disturb the makeup underneath. So if you are wearing foundation, it will disturb it, which is not a good thing. I don't know if you can even see my finger turning brown because it's picking up the foundation that's under there. So this is definitely a product that I'm not sure how I'm supposed to apply it, because I actually looked online. It said that this is what you would apply last on top of everything and everywhere that you want a little bit of dewiness. So on the bridge of your nose, on the high points, on the tip of your cupid's bow. So it does say to apply last, and it does say to apply over everything, but it disturbs everything. So I don't know, because it has a very oily texture. And you use oils to break down makeup. When you're washing your face after the end of the day, you use a cleansing oil or a cleansing balm. So to put this on at the very end just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because it is breaking down the makeup. Which is why I say, if you want to apply this, definitely don't take it directly to your face. Take a little bit of it on your finger and then just kind of tap it in so that you would disturb the makeup as little as possible. It does create a very nice glow though. There's no glitter chunks in there. It just kind of creates a healthy rosy glow. I love the way my face looks with it, but I don't like this product. Also, does not have the best smell. And then lastly, to finish up this look, I'm gonna go in with the Merit Tinted Lip Oil. This is in the shade Marrakech. And this is a beautiful everyday color. And there's definitely a lot of pigment to this. So I'm not wearing any lipstick or anything, just going in directly with the lip oil. I love this. This is giving my lips such a rosy, healthy pink glow. And it's very moisturizing. I'm obsessed. It is winter time, so my skin definitely feels on the dry, really dry side. So I am loving how this lip oil feels very moisturizing, very hydrating. It doesn't feel oily at all. It's not sticky. I am really liking this. That gets A+ for me. And the lip oils are $24. Okay, so this is pretty much the look. Let me wrap things up, pull my hair down, and I'll come back to give you guys my final thoughts on each and every single one of these products. Okay, I'm back, and this is the final look. Now, I'm absolutely loving how this turned out because it is very simplistic. Like, this is exactly what I was looking for. This type of look that I could take to run errands without looking over the top and without having to spend like an hour plus doing my makeup. Let me bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can see the full look, and then let's talk about these Merit products and how I felt about them. So here's a closer view of this final look. You can definitely still see my skin peeking through overall. So it definitely looks very natural. There's still a glow. It doesn't look dry. Very happy with this. Okay, so let's talk about these Merit products. I am beyond grateful that Merit sent these over to me so that I can give them a try. I love trying new brands. I love trying new formulas. So this was something that I was super excited by because, like I said in the intro, I don't go for minimalistic beauty or minimalist beauty, but it is something that I've always wanted to have the option to do when I don't want to do a full face, but I'm going outside and I want to look like a person. So there are a couple of products that I loved. There are some not so much. So let's just go through each of these one by one and I'll let you know my thoughts. Okay, so the first one that I want to talk about is the brow gel. So this one retails for $24. This is a product that I like but don't love. I like this product in the very specific and only occasion where you would actually pair this with a brow pencil. I don't think that this gives enough pigment for it to be used on its own like some of my other brow gels, but I do like that it doesn't give too much pigment, because sometimes when you have a brow gel that gives too much pigment and you apply it on top of your eyebrow pencil, it just becomes way too dark, way too pigmented, and your brows look a little bit crazy. So I do like this because I think it's perfect to pair with a brow pencil, but I will say that on its own I don't think that it gives much of anything. So this one I would give maybe like a B. If I had to give it like a grading, I would give this a B. It's one that I like, but I don't think that it quite hits it out of the park. Next, the Perfecting Complexion Stick. This I used, as you guys saw, as a concealer, and I love this. I think the formula in this is absolutely stunning. It's super creamy. It blends out really well. Honestly, I do think that this would be great as a foundation as well, because I did think that it dried down nicely. Not to the point where it was too matte or like too radiant, but it just kind of felt really natural. This does retail for $38 and you only get 0.13 ounces of product. So because of that, I don't think that it makes sense to use this as a foundation because you don't get enough product in there. But I will say it is amazing as a concealer. I think that this is absolute perfection. Let me blend this up to see how much product we actually get. So this is all of the product that you're gonna get in here. So yeah, this is definitely not a product I would recommend using as a foundation because there's definitely not enough product in here to get a ton of uses out of this. But this I certainly think is an amazing product. Really great formula, really great consistency, and blends out like a dream. This is in the shade Buff, which I think is also the perfect color for me. It definitely gives a little bit of that golden, but also neutral at the same time, which I'm not sure how that makes sense, but it's like the perfect color. I really like this. Now, in addition to this, there is the blending brush. They call this their #1 tapered blending brush. It retails for $30, and I actually really did enjoy this brush. It definitely has that tapered top that you can see. It is quite dense, so it's perfect for cream products, but it is very soft. And I use this, as you guys saw, to blend out the concealer under my eyes, which is a very sensitive area. So you want to have a super soft brush to use this with, and I felt like this blended it out really well. I was a little concerned that this would be a little too big to get up underneath the eyes to blend it out, and I do think that it could have been smaller for blending out in the under eyes, but I think that I'll get a lot of use out of this brush when it comes to using cream products that I want to blend out, like a cream blush or a cream bronzer. I think that this is going to be a perfect brush for that. Or even if you wanted to apply foundation with this, I think that this would do an amazing job of blending it out. This is a product that I actually like. So the concealer and the blending brush definitely get A's from me. Next, let's talk about the Lengthening Mascara. This mascara definitely does add length. I will give it that. It retails for $26, and this is definitely one of the products that I would have to give like a hard F or a hard pass, because even though I do think that it does give some length, I don't think that it does anything special that I couldn't get from my $2 Essence mascara. It's nice, but one of the issues that I found with this was that the product would not grip to my lashes. I spent a really long time trying to apply this mascara to get it to stick onto my lashes, and I didn't really like it. I felt like I was going forever to apply this to stick onto my lashes. I felt like it added a little bit of length, yeah, but not enough that it felt like it was doing something. It does give a really nice natural look. It does not clump up on the lashes, which I think is great, so I don't think I'm gonna get any flakiness or anything from it. But I don't think that this is spectacular and worth $26, if I'm being honest. So that would be a product that I would recommend that you pass on. There are so many better mascaras you can get from the drugstore. And honestly, it's not even just this brand. When it comes to mascaras, I think most of these luxury and high-end mascaras are just a waste of money. Like, that's my opinion. Anyways, moving along. Another product that I didn't like was the highlighting balm. This is an extremely emollient, oily product, which is not great when you're applying this on top of other products because it causes those products to move around. Oils are used to dissolve makeup, oils are used to break down makeup, so the fact that this goes on last and on top of your top of everything else, I just didn't understand it. It does give a really nice healthy glow. It's not a little glitter, you don't get any glitter particles or anything in there, so it does give a really nice healthy glow. But I think it just moves the makeup around too much for it to really make sense for me. So this is a product that I would pass on as well. I don't think that this was worth it in any way. You know what? This might actually work as a nice lip balm. I feel like this would be a great lip balm. I'm gonna try it out as that because I can't understand how it's supposed to be a highlighting balm. If I'm using it wrong and you guys know how to use it, please let me know because I can't seem to figure it out. Oh, and before I forget, this is $30. So for $30, I don't think that this is worth it at all. I would completely skip this. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the Tinted Lip Oil. This absolutely knocked it out of the park. I really, really love this. I'm struggling to figure out how to describe this because it's a very comfortable lip oil. It kind of feels like a lip gloss. It's very pigmented. It is very moisturizing, very hydrating. Like I'm struggling to figure out how to best describe this, but I do know that I love this. So this is one that I would 100% recommend. So of all the products that I tried, again, I would definitely recommend the the complexion stick and the brush, the lip oil, and the volumizing mascara brow gel thing is one that it's nice, but you definitely don't have to have it, but it is one that I like. Well, we did it. This was my first minimalist beauty look. I hope you guys like this look. I hope you guys like this video. I hope some of this was informative if you were interested in checking out the brand Merit and the products that they had to offer. If there are other products from the brand that you guys recommend or are interested in, please let me know because I definitely am keeping an eye out for all that this brand continues to release because minimalist beauty is something that I want to explore a little bit more. All right. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, what is you doing? Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so and join the family. Leave a comment down below if you're so inclined as well. Anyways, as always, I love you guys. Again, Happy New Year. I'm excited for what 2022 has for us and has for this channel. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.